So our product we want to sell, we'll keep it simple. A product we want to sell today is, I don't know, let's call it a t-shirt, right? And that t-shirt is made of certain materials. It's made out of different fabric. Maybe it's breathable, all that stuff. So we have these features, and we have these benefits for a product. So a feature is something that the product is made of, and a benefit is something that we get from the feature. So in this particular case, if it's a t-shirt, maybe it's made out of light material, breathable material. The benefit you would get from that is that you don't sweat. You're very comfortable. It's not constricting. Maybe it's a stretchy material too. That's a feature, so it doesn't keep you tight. Okay, so there's a lot of different features and benefits. So we, as marketers, have to know what that feature and benefit is. We actually need to define what that feature and benefit is. We also use something called the 4 Ps here. So who remembers what the 4 Ps are? Product. Yep. Positioning. Okay, perfect. We got them all.
You said price.
You said price? And what was the other one? Place. Okay. And is it positioning is a part of the price and of that? So it's really promotion that's here. So it's product, promotion, price, and place. And I'm gonna rearrange this a little bit just so we put promotion here. So this is promotion, and this is place, and then this is price, okay? Position is a combination of those. We're gonna position it in the market. Okay, product we know. The product, we have to be unique, we have to be different. In fact, we talk about something called USP, unique selling proposition. That's making that product different. And then the promotion is simple. The promotion of things like your social media, your ads, the things that you do to get that product out there. The place is the channel that you sell the product at. So however you're selling the channel at, that's your place. And your price is last. Your price is, in my opinion, the most important part of this. All these are important, but price will generate your sales. It's either going to help you sell a lot of product or help you sell little product. If you're not sure about price, you cannot succeed in what you're doing. That's where you pull all the money in. So if you're going to make a mistake with price, I'd rather you have a higher price than a smaller price, and then maybe do a lot of deals and discounts and stuff like that. Because would you buy a product that was low price and then all of a sudden the price increased? It'll be harder to buy that product than anything, right? So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so now what we're thinking about is how do we get our product in front of the consumer? Remember, the consumer has a need, and our job as a marketer is to get that product in front of the consumer. What do we do that with? What tool do we have right now to help us get in front of the consumer? The internet, right? Everybody has that. That's an easy tool. So we need to create content. So that content, I'm gonna call it the content pyramid for a moment. The content is going to be videos, it's going to be audio, and it's also going to be photo and what we call copy, which is the words, the text, the things that we do. So this content is our tool to get in front of the consumer. Now, here's the consumer over here. The consumer is looking for something. They have a problem. They have a need to be filled. They need a t-shirt. They need a t-shirt. They don't know where to start, so what do? They wake up in the morning, and how do they start? looking for their t-shirt. You need a t-shirt, what do? What's the first thing you do? Go to the drawer? Oh, that's good. So you already have one in the drawer. Let's say you want a t-shirt that you don't know, you want a new t-shirt that you don't have in the drawer. You Google it, right? Or you go Amazon? Okay. So now you start that internet search. And then when you start the internet search, what comes up? When you search for a t-shirt, what comes up?
Ads.
Ads, what else? Think about when you go online and search. Photos. All right, we're gonna have to be a little more active. Everyone's got a computer open. Go online, go to Google, punch in t-shirt. What comes up?
Options.
Options, right? Content. Okay, content. Perfect. So this is that content. It could be ads, it could be blogs, it could be videos, it could be everything about that. Now, who is putting out that content? The marketer over here. Right? So the marketer has this product. The consumer wants that product. The way that they're connected is through this internet, like that. And now when I go online and I start searching for something, I'm going to find the content that the marketer put out there. And the content should come in different formats. Should be videos, should be photos, should be copy, blogs, should be audio. And it should cover features and benefits of the product. It should cover the 4 Ps, the product, the promotion, the place, the price. All that is part of the content that we're putting out there. So now when we think about the customer funnel, and the funnel starts over here with awareness, okay? That's sort of stage one. Stage one, now the consumer will be aware of what we're doing. And they're aware because they see the content. So this content is valuable. This is really the only tool that we have for the marketer to get in front of our consumer, that content. And we can do that through social media, we can do that through blogs, we could do that through traditional ads, billboard ads. There's a lot of ways to get that content out there. The next stage is consideration. So now I see the content. I'm the consumer. I see the content. Oh, I like this shirt. I like some of the features. I like some of the benefits. I saw the where I can buy it. I saw the price, $29, not bad for all it does. Maybe I saw a video. Maybe I liked their Instagram page, and now I'm starting to consider making that particular purchase. After about a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe I'll go to the website, and on the website they ask me for my email address for discounts and all that. I say yes, I do that, and now I join the website, and now I am getting ready to convert. They send me an email for a discount for 10%, and I make a purchase, and now I convert it. That's sort of the process. So that's the beginning of the funnel and the middle of the funnel. Remember, we're all about conversion here. That's the key. We want conversion here. Now, the next part of this process is what can happen here. What are the 3 things that can happen? What are the 3 things that can happen when the consumer gets my t-shirt? There are 3 ways that can go. The first way is neutral, right? The t-shirt comes, I put it on, I wear it goes in my drawer, I have it again, and that's it. I move on with life. It's just another t-shirt that I bought for $29.99, whatever it was. So there's no type of reaction at all. No reaction. What's the other thing that can happen when you get the t-shirt? Who knows? What do you think? You could hate it, right? You're like, oh my God, I can't believe I spent $29 on this t-shirt. It's the worst. The material's not that they said it was. The size doesn't fit properly. It's just not good for me. So that would be a negative, bad thing, right? You go up, you get bad reviews. If I can give -1 star, I would. You light them up and all that. Okay, and then what's the other thing that can happen? The third thing, they can love it, right? The positive piece of it, okay. If they love it, it's great. Now it's the best shirt they've ever had. They buy another shirt, then they buy another shirt, and that takes them to the next stage of the funnel, which will be retention, okay? And that's sort of gonna happen after conversion. So now we have retention. Why? Because we satisfied them, we made them happy, and now we're taking them to that other stage. I'm gonna put the dollar sign up here. Taking them to the other stage, which is retention. Now we're retaining them. And now, like me, 20 years later, the only shirt I buy is this. So now I'm a brand advocate. I even told you about the shirt. So now I become a brand advocate for it, and I love it, and that's that final stage. Okay, so that's sort of the 5 stages here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. That's sort of the process of how we do this. Now, let me go ahead and erase some of this. You guys got any of this? You good? Okay, let me erase some of this. So in this brand advocacy stage, our goal is to get them to CLV. CLV means customer lifetime value. Customer lifetime value. So what does that look like and why is that important? Because this is what we build brands on. This is how we build brands. So let's use this shirt as an example. I know I mentioned a t-shirt, but let's say it's the business shirt that I'm talking about. So this business shirt I wear, they are the everyday price is I think $70. When they go on sale, they're $30, the half price $35, or 2 for $50 or something like that. Crazy sales, and I try to buy them when they're on sale, right? So let's say they cost me $25 a shirt. I normally buy 8 shirts a year. I rotate them, 8 shirts a year, let's say, okay, because each one lasts about 3 or 4 months solid. So I rotate my wardrobe and I buy 8. So 8 times 25 is what? $200, right? 8 times 25 is $200. Okay. So CLV is a calculation of how many years, that's the lifetime, how many years I will bring value, that customer will bring value to me. So the way to get to that number, there's several different formulas. There's complex formulas and there's very simple formula. I'll use a simple formula here. It's the dollar amount of the purchase. So in this case, it's the dollar amount of the purchase, which is $25. It's the amount of times you're going to make a purchase. So times the number of purchases per year, right? In this case, it's 8. And then it's also times the number of years that I buy. And in this case, it's been, let's say, 20 years. So the amount of the product times the number of purchases I make per year times the number of years that I buy is 20 years. So who's got that math? 8 times 25 times 20 is what? 4,000?
Was that
8? $25 per item? 4,000? Times 8 times 20 years, 4,000, right? Okay. So my lifetime value to this company on this shirt is $4,000. Now it doesn't sound like a lot, but if there's 10,000 of me, it adds up very quickly. Think about Amazon. How many here are Amazon Prime accounts? Right? Most of us, okay? We pay what for Amazon Prime? I think you can get a student discount too. $10, $15, whatever it is. So let's do simple math. Let's say it's $10 a month. $10 a month times 12, that's $120 a year. I know we've been Amazon Prime members for at least 15 years. And we'll probably be Amazon Prime members for as long as they'll be in business. Do that math and multiply that by the tens, if not hundreds of millions of customers they have. And that's how you become the largest company on planet Earth. Now that's not just one line of business, they have other lines of business of course, but that's how it adds up. So you want to look for opportunities to sell your product everywhere else. So now, our goal is to bring the customer to our product, to get them to convert, to retain them, to become a brand advocate, and to build their customer lifetime value. Now, when we think about that in the omni-channel e-commerce world, this consumer who's now over here, all right, she maybe is not in the market for a shirt yet. Maybe she's not looking for a shirt yet. But what we want to do is we want to be able to send her messages from Facebook, from YouTube, from TikTok, or wherever she may be, from radio, maybe even in store, okay? Because maybe she shops in a regular store. So we're sending her some messages about what's happening in her life with our product. So we're giving them a good amount of information. So she's seeing all these messages before she's ready to make a purchase. And we hope that when she's ready to make a purchase, because we're giving her that marketing stimulation, she's going to think of Professor Ken's t-shirt. And she's going to know what the features and benefits are because she's seen the Facebook post. Maybe she saw the YouTube reel. Maybe it hit her TikTok streaming. Maybe she heard a commercial on the radio of a sale we're having down in Miami. Maybe she was in our store or in a partner store and came across our shirt but didn't make a purchase but saw the display and understood that shirt was good. So now we're giving her all this information so when she's ready to make a purchase, she'll have that information to make that purchase quicker. And that's how we send that messaging. That's why we need to know where they are. It's the right message to the right audience at the right time. So we need to understand where they are at all times. That's going to be key. All right? So when you build all this together, it's sort of following the customer around. In the past, the customer would come out and look for us if we were a marketer. They would try to find what they're looking for. Now there's so much out there, we as marketers have to sort of go after them because there's so much competition. And that's the way to do that. And the way we understand this is we have to know who our demographic is, who is this persona that we're going after, so that we know where they are on Facebook, we know where they are on YouTube, we know where they are when they're walking the store. And we're giving them this information. Maybe that means we have to engage with an influencer too, possibly. We find the right influencer that will tie us into that. Maybe it means that we have to partner with a new brand, a co-partner with a brand to help bridge that gap and bridge that audience. But we have to find them and send that information out. So our goal, remember, is always to convert everyone. In order to convert them, we need to send out the messages, and the messages have to be based on some of those key qualities that we have. The 4 Ps, the features, the benefits, and we want to generate sales. So when we think about metrics, we want to measure what we're going after. What do we want? Generally speaking, in metrics, what do we want? We want more sales, conversions, we want more followers, we want more engagement, more reach, meaning we're actually out there touching more people, which is more important. If we could touch more people, let's call it an impression. So think of it this way. If 1,000 people see you and 1% like you, that means you get 10 people that are going to want to like you, more or less, right? So out of those 10, if 10% of them like you, that's one person that wants to engage with you. So the impression map looks like this funnel too. So the more people you put at the top of the funnel, it narrows down. So you might have 1,000 people here that start with awareness. That drills down to maybe 500 for consideration. Maybe that means you only have 25 to convert. And from those 25, maybe you only keep 10. And from those 10, maybe only one become a true brand champion. And the numbers sort of build that up. That's why you always have to have more customers coming into your funnel. Always have more people coming in. And basically it starts like this. Right? All the funnels start like that. So this is awareness here, awareness, right? And then this would be consideration. And this would be conversion. And then this will be retention. And then finally, this will be the brand champion down here. So you can see how the numbers go down. So what are we talking about? 25 out of 1,000, what is that? 2.5% conversion rate, something like that, right? Which is about standard. 2.5% conversion rate's respectable. And then from that 2.5% conversion rate, we're keeping 10 on retention, so we're retaining about a little less than 30, about 40% of our conversions, which is pretty high. Normally you want to keep retention in the high 20s. If you can keep retention in the high 20s, that's pretty good. And then from there, about 5% are brand champions. So that's why you have to have a big amount of people coming in. If you're charging $10 a product, you can see you're making yourself, here you made yourself $250, but then the second sale you're getting another $100. They buy that 2 or 3 times, that's $400, and then you got your brand champion who's buying every week or every month or whatever it is, or even getting you additional customers because they're telling other consumers how great the brand is, so they're building it up. So that's sort of what we look at in terms of how the flow works. In the omnichannel world, remember, it's all about making sure that we take our consumer, we give them the solution, we satisfy them, and they're able to find our product when they need it. And even before they realize they need it, we want to make sure we're marketing to them. Let's talk about car commercials, right? You see car commercials at different times of the year. You may not be in the market for a car, but if you see a nice car on TV, on a commercial, or on your social media streaming, or something, you think, oh, that's not bad. Maybe I'll check it out when I'm ready to buy a car. My favorite spot is if you're watching anything, especially a sports event, if you're watching anything after 11 o'clock, you get a Taco Bell commercial come up for you, right? I mean, they're open late. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. Maybe I can make a Taco Bell run and then take that, right? Because they get you right there. In New York, they used to do pizzerias. I don't know a lot of pizzerias that are open up late here in Miami, but that's the idea. Well, let's remind you that you can come and get us and put that information in front of you. And now, how many of us now with social media, I do it all the time, bookmark something or take a snapshot of something, and we come back to that. Maybe there's a cool travel bag I saw on my TikTok feed, and I don't think I bookmarked it, but I snapshot at the brand, And I'll go back and probably when I'm ready to buy that bag, I'll look into it a little more and buy it. And that's what it's all about too. Just giving you some information so you can make a decision. So when you're ready to make a purchase, you'll come and make that purchase. That's the key. You may not want it now, but eventually you're going to want to take it. Okay, that's the journey. That's it. We want to understand the consumer journey, that path to purchase, how the consumer goes from I need a problem to the marketer saying, well, we have your problem solved, we have a solution, here's all the things in between. Remember, we're using content to really drive that message, and that's all through mostly social media. And by the way, how much does it cost to have a social media channel? It's free, right? So we put all this information out there on social media. Of course, you have to pay for ads, and we'll talk about the different types of content. There's 3 different types of content you can put out in terms of owning it and having it be organic and referral like influencer, and then paying for that traffic. And then you want to get them through the funnel, and eventually you want to build up that customer lifetime value. This is where you need to be. So your goal is to drive your customer to buy more than once a year. And then when they buy more than once in a year, your goal is also to have them spend more money when they make one purchase. We call that increasing the average cart value. So if they buy a t-shirt today and they buy a t-shirt 2 months from now, we want to cross merchandise and cross sell them and get them to buy our jogging pants. And maybe one day they buy the jogging pants. So now the t-shirts are $30, the jogging pants were $50, so now that average cart value went up to $80. And maybe the next purchase they make, they say, you know what, those jogging pants are pretty good, I'm gonna get another shirt and another jogging pants. Maybe they do that for the next 3 times, and then somehow they come across our athletic socks. Oh, that sock goes good with those pants and that shirt. Now they buy the sock for $15, and now that $30 sale is now a $105 sale 6 to 9 months later, because we're able to keep them happy, we're able to satisfy them and move them up, sell them more, and build up that average value. Because there's only 3 ways to build your business online. One is to get more customers coming in. One is to keep the customers you have coming in and get them to buy more. And the third is just to add more product, right? So you have different things to buy. And there's a fourth, you could buy another company and stuff like that, but that's basically the process of growing the business online. It's that simple.